Hurlock. We have something new to these, an added entry that's by the Alphas. Alpha Hurlocks are more intelligent and more skilled fighters, often serving as commanders or even generals. Shades, that's the thing with the ashes. It has often been suggested that the only way for a demon to affect the world of the living is by possessing a living or once living body, but this is not always true. Indeed, a shade is one such creature, a demon in its true form that has adapted to affect the world around it. My hypothesis is this. We already know that many demons become confused when they pass through the veil into our world. They are unable to tell the living from the dead, the very static nature of our universe being confusing to a creature that is accustomed to a physicality defined entirely by emotion and memory. Most demons seek to immediately seize upon anything they perceive as life, jealously attempting to possess it. But what of those that do not? What of those that encounter no life, or fail to possess the body? What of those that are more cautious by their nature? These demons watch, they lack, they envy. In time, such a demon will learn to drain energy from the psyche of those it encounters, just as it did in the Fade. Once it has drained enough, it has the power to manifest and will forever after be known as a shade. Such a creature spurns possession. It instead floats as a shadow across its piece of land, preying upon the psyche of any who crosses its path. Perhaps it believes itself still in the Fade. There is evidence to believe this is so. A shade will weaken the living by its very proximity. If it focuses its will, it can drain a single target very quickly. Some have even been known to assault the minds of a living victim, causing confusion and horror and making the target ripe for the kill. The tragedy of a shape is perhaps that once it has drained the target whole, its appetite is only heightened rather than slaked. From the journal of former senior enchanter Malleus, once of the Circle of Rivain, declared apostate in 920 Dragon Age. Characters. And I know that we already had that entry. Apparently it jumps to the first one there is. Morrigan, Witch of the Wild, such idle fancies, those legends. Have you no minds of your own? Of herself, Morrigan says little. She does not deny being a Witch of the Wilds, but beyond that, everything about her is in question. Controls I'll ignore. And quest related, I need to read the one out that we... Oh, I didn't miss that. Why did I think I missed that? A Pinch of Ashes. Torn from a book on local myths and legends. The Kokari Wilds are rife with legends and myths that have amazed and confused scholars since the fall of Ostagar in ancient times. One such mystery lies behind the tale of Astia and Nebenar, two young lovers who lived in Ostagar. The legend says that Astia grew up in the company of Gazarath, a spirit of the earth, bound to an overhang on the bank of a lake in the Kokari Wilds. Gazarath began to fancy her, and they spent much of their days together, talking and laughing. Over the years, however, Astia became a woman and began to seek the company of men. When Astia met Nebenar, the two fell in love, and Astia hoped to bring her lover to see her spirit friend. But the spirit, angered and jealous, bade her be gone. Gazarath told her that she would never see it again until she brought her lover's ashes and sprinkled them over the spot. Astia was horrified, and she fled from the enraged spirit. But she began to miss Gazarath, and on the day Nebenar asked her to marry him, she cut her beloved's throat, burned him, and brought his ashes to Gazarath, knowing that their marriage would forever... What? I lost the line. Knowing that their marriage would forever sever her ties to a dear spirit friend. There are legends among the chasing that Gazarath still haunts that lake, and those who sprinkle the ashes of the deceived over the right spot can summon the spirit. In memory of the contract with its beloved Astia, Gazarath will grant a single wish and then vanish, never to be heard from again. I note it scribbled in the margin beneath the page. Marcus, I think this is real. If you take the ashes I gave you and scatter them over a pile of rocks on an overhang overlooking that half-sunken Tevinter dome, maybe Gazarath will appear and give you a wish. If the battle takes you there, I think it's worth a try. Well, didn't exactly grant us a wish. Letter to Jogby. My dearest son, it pleases me that you wish to follow in my footsteps and bring the Maker's Word to the unenlightened. I wish you had chosen a less dangerous place to do so. Apologies for leaving early for the wild, son, but I wanted to set up camp and get things started. The chase and respect one with survival skills in the wild, so I hoped to get a grip on that before you arrived, and maybe establish an agreement with the local tribe so we had friends when you came. When you reach the wilds, you'll find it difficult to navigate. I've listed certain landmarks below. If you follow them, they will lead you to a location I've scouted out where I've left you some supplies. If you're lost, try to get get back to that spot and I'll find you. The landmarks as follows, beginning at the entrance to the wilds from Ostagar. Look for a tree leaning on a ruined building. Pass under a fallen tree bridge. Past a submerged tower on the right. Look between a high ruined arch and a mossy standing stone. Walk along a path of roots and stones. Look for 2 large statues with a chest between them. There you will find our meeting point. I love you, Jogby, my son. I hope to see you soon. Your father, Rigby. Well, that won't work out. That was where the wolves assaulted us. Farewell letter to Jogby. My dear son Jogby, I fear this is the last letter I will write you. I have had difficulty finding the chasers to bring them to the Maker's word. I have, however, seen evidence of their passing. They appear to have left this area in great haste, possibly fleeing the so-called darkspawn that are rumored to be gathering in the wilds in ever greater numbers. I have left you a weapon and everything else I can spare, my son. I will try to find you once I have found a safe place. I only hope that you will be safe. With luck, we will meet again. If you see her, tell your mother that I love her, and take care of your family. Your loving father, Rigby. Oh well. We know how that worked out, so next time I'll continue with the Tower of Ishal. I'm looking forward to that. It isn't even an entire lie. På weiter.